2017. Here we are in C Hall on the campus of Centenary University. What year did you graduate?
So we all graduated in 1967. So this is our 50th reunion.
Flower children.
And
You crazy hippie kids. I've had it with all three of you.
We're probably three of the straightest people you ever want to meet.
You flower power people. I've read about you people. Oh, the shenanigans you probably pulled. It's just we can't even talk about it.
you know, Carl, it's funny you said that because when I was talking with Tim Guella and Danielle about this interview process, we're going to start collecting stories. And that's one of the things we want to hear from each of you, Carl included, is what is something you can tell us that you might not tell everybody else about your years? Do you have a secret story that you would share? Maybe something you did that you shouldn't have done?
Something I didn't know about?
Go ahead. Come clean. Now's the time to do
So
it.
good. I didn't have any secrets. We were just really good.
I majored in theater, and for my thesis, two-year thesis, I had to read Waiting for Godot. And then John Babington and Mr. Phillips interviewed me to find out if I understood the play. It's 50 years later, and John, God bless you, I miss you terribly. And Mr. Phillips in Massachusetts, I still don't understand.
They couldn't have picked a simpler play. Our time, they couldn't have given you something. Give you, Carousel, maybe. They give you a Beckett play. Maybe it's the lack of understanding which got you your thesis. Maybe that was it. But now, all three of you, how much time do you think you spent in the little theater library?
We lived there.
We lived there, yeah, all weekends.
Right. Nobody
When
can understand
all the other girls
that.
were going to Lehigh and Lafayette and Princeton to mixers, we were in the theater.
Oh, I hate to tell you,
And
but
we
I went
were
to Princeton.
built.
You were unreliable. These two were reliable. We can count on them, but you...
And we were building sets and, doing all sorts of things. All weekend we would work with them and a couple hours a day.
And I ran the
rehearsing.
makeup department 1 year. I love doing makeup. Yeah.
Well, can you introduce yourselves? Just let's do that and make
Okay.
sure we have those names. And you've said you're a year, so if you could tell us your name
Okay, well,
and where you're residing now.
Bobby Fisk Mildenberger is my name, and I am now living in a little tiny fishing village called Mushaboom in Nova Scotia, Canada, on the east coast of Nova Scotia on the
How
water.
sweet is that?
Very remote, very beautiful.
Because I thought I was sending your personal card to somewhere that was never going to be there. That's why I had to reach out to you.
And there is theater up there, actually.
No, the Canadian
Yeah,
theater and all that stuff is very, very powerful, very good.
So I'm stage managing right
Stage
now.
managing
Yeah.
there? What show are you working on?
An original little play. This little theater group is part of a heritage village, and we have one gal who writes original plays depicting life in the times from 1940 backwards.
Oh, yeah. Interesting. Sort of an August Wilson sort of a
Yeah,
type thing.
it's
The
called
Pittsburgh
Lobster
thing.
Trap, which is a takeoff on Agatha Christie's
Mousetrap, right.
That's great. That is excellent.
My Anna Schoenfelder Jopp. I live in Severna Park, Maryland. Very nicely placed between Washington, Annapolis, and Baltimore, where there's lots of theater. And I was involved with community theater for about 30 years and was on the board of Children's Theater of Annapolis
Oh, that's
for
great,
10
yeah.
and was president for a year for them. And I loved working with kids.
And I'm Jane Meredith Reilly, and I live in Southold, Long Island, New York. And I also was involved with the community theater for a long, long time. I never acted. I was always backstage. And then we did... Oh, good. I can't remember what we did.
That's a part of the
That's the title of the show. Oh, good. I can't remember what we did. I know. That's another Beckett play.
having a senior moment.
That was the sequel to Waiting for Godot. Followed it up with, oh no, I can't remember what we did.
Anyway, whatever it was, I acted, and I will never do it again.
I was definitely a backstage person, yeah.
Absolutely, I loved it backstage.
running crew, stage management. There we
Lighting.
go. Running the lighting board, the old two-scene
Yeah.
preset.
Yeah, I actually,
Oh, when we did the theater here, when we learned lighting, we learned on the dinosaur board.
Oh, the old,
With the
yes,
huge
the old.
rheostats, yeah, and the broomsticks and everything.
They switch those and they move those out.
Yeah, now it's of course all computerized to just hit a button.
Oh, excellent. Well, I'm Carl Wollnow, chairman of the Fine Arts and
You know,
and director of the Center Stage Company. That you need to know. That's good. But that's great. That's great. So what I want to know is, you're going to come over to the Watkins Center and see the new.
oh, definitely.
And then,
Absolutely.
even if you don't see the show, you'll be around tomorrow.
absolutely, yes.
All right. Well, we're doing a little tour. They're doing a
I
little
think
tour in the morning.
my name is on a plaque on the catwalk. I have to come find it.
Then,
You're gonna go
gonna
on the
have, well, then you're going to have to climb the catwalk
Catwalk.
to find it. There's no elevator to the
I
catwalk.
know.
But this is what we want to see. We want to see 50 years later you
I
shimmying
can
up
still
that.
do it.
Can you still get up there?
And I want a picture of it.
And we want a picture, and while we're up there, maybe
Just
we'll
so
have
we're
Hank
fans
change some of the
tomorrow.
Fresnels and some of the
Okay.
put some of the
The
leakers
gels
on
in
there.
there,
Except some of
yeah.
the gels in there. Well, that's great. That's great. Now, you guys come back every year, or is it just?
I was here for the 40th, and so was Bobby.
I think I was trying to remember.
And this is my first time.
First
in
time?
15 years.
Since we graduated. Oh, Jay. Yeah.
The waiting for Godot thing was so traumatizing.
Waiting for centenary sale.
waiting for
Centenary.
waiting for the 50th, right? So I hope you'll come back.
Oh, yeah.
We hope so.
But next time you have to come to the theater to see the show. But you're
We
gonna
did
come
it.
over and
At the 40th, we did.
Oh, that's right, right. So were we in? We were in here then, because that was our
Yes.
10th.
Yeah, and you did a Moliere play then
Yes.
too. And I can't remember
Yes,
the
I
name
did
of
that.
it, but it was Moliere.
We did School for Wives, but that was in the little theater.
Okay. Yeah, that
Maybe,
made it.
I think we were in the little theater.
That was in the
I
little
was,
theater. That was
yeah,
10 years,
yeah.
because we've only been 8 years.
Okay,
in
and
that.
then that's
Right, so
right.
10 years was School for Wives. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, we thank you. We thank you.
Thank
I guess
you,
you want to get back to
Danielle.
the stuff. Thank you.
Thank you.